Icarus?
Executor, Miss Shirley, it's good to see you're both doing well. The second group of reinforcement teams from Hykros has arrived in Domain 9 to assist you. We're ready to provide full support for your upcoming operations.
You've really been a great help. Thank you.
It seems you're already acquainted and there's no need for my introduction. That's good. Saves time. I'll briefly explain my investigation and the decision from headquarters. The cause of the abnormal authorization has been identified, and I'll provide a detailed report on the specifics later. Gestos and Tempos are working together to decipher the dark forms. Master Yu's invitation likely indicates an advancement in our understanding of the alien civilization. As for what the deciphered information means, I believe you all have your own answers.
Nanyin, Domain 9, and our fate.
That's right. Let's go. Master Yu. After re-examining the authorization process Gestos conducted on the Omnium reactor, we've discovered the root cause of why the Infinite Sundial couldn't operate at its regular power level. Essentially, the reactor wasn't activated properly, and Gestos failed to grant it the necessary operational permissions. So, it appears that we have completed the authorization process, which should have enabled the Infinite Sundial to channel Omnium energy. But in reality, Gestos couldn't alter the operating power level. Therefore, after reaching an agreement with Tempos, we re-executed Gestos' authorization protocol. The results met our expectations, and the Infinite Sundial is now operating at full capacity, supporting the development of the third-generation timestamp system. It was a deceptive illusion. At the moment Gestos attempted to authorize the reactor, it received two similar yet distinct sets of instructions. One was Gestos' authorization command, while the other was from the disruptive factor I had previously speculated about. The reactor executed the latter command, which means Gestos wasn't the actual authorizer. Hykros didn't have the authority over the Omnium reactor, making all subsequent commands ineffective.
Then, how did the Infinite Sundial manage to start up and successfully receive the Omnium energy from Mara?
That brings us to the question, what exactly is this disruptive factor? I had considered it during my investigation in Domain 9, but it was such a bold assumption, and I needed more evidence to substantiate its viability. After reviewing the headquarters documents and the archives in Aquaville, the answer seemed obvious. Tempos also possesses an authorization ability similar to Gestos. When the Infinite Sundial requested authorization for the Omnium reactor, it was Tempos that issued the command in response.
But why would Tempos have similar capabilities to Gestos when Domain 9 has always been isolated from the outside world?
This has to do with a piece of distant history. Long story short, whether it's Domain 9, Esperia, Vera, or other regions, none of us are the original inhabitants of Ida. We migrated here many years ago aboard the spaceship Distant Beacon. It may sound romantic, but history is not a work of art, and grand space operas only exist in our imaginations. The reality is often full of hardship and sorrow, and we usually define the mistakes as lessons learned. Of course, there's nothing wrong with believing in beautiful fantasies. They give us courage to face adversity. Excuse me, I digress. For some reason, Distant Beacon did not land successfully, but self-destructed above Ida's orbit. Before executing the self-destruct command, it released 5 frontier pods. Only 2 of the 5 pods managed to land successfully on the surface, and those frontiers were our ancestors. Another 2 crashed, and 1 lost contact with the rest. Combining information from both sources, we now have sufficient evidence to prove that Domain 9 was settled by frontiers from the then-missing Frontier Pod number 8.
Domain 9 shares the same origin as Ida, which is the conjecture we have always hoped to confirm. Due to the current circumstances, Domain 9 is unable to engage in more in-depth communication with Hykros, so we're putting this topic on hold for the time being. However, in our joint investigation of the factors influencing the infinite sundial, we stumbled upon decisive evidence that supports this theory. Tempos has the authorization ability, just like Gestos.
Maybe well...
You mentioned Distant Beacon. It seems that both Tempos and Gestos' authorization abilities are connected to it. Since they all originated from the same spaceship, it makes sense that they would share similar functionalities, right? Could Tempos be the supercomputer from the missing Frontier Pod number 8, or something like that?
Great guess, Miss Shirley. I'm just getting to that part. The precursor to Hykros' Gestos was the central supercomputer SAM from Distant Beacon. Although Tempos was exclusive to Pod number 8, it shared some of SAM's technology. It's not surprising that it inherited the authorization capability with the similarities in their computational structures. The issue we've encountered confirmed it.
So, that's how it is.
When Pod 8 made an emergency landing on the surface of Domain 9, the compartments were severely damaged, and most of the facilities became inoperable. Apart from Tempos, all the other crucial instruments and data were ultimately lost, despite attempts to salvage them. After completing a basic survey of Domain 9, we discovered the mysterious Black Jade artifacts left by an alien civilization. Naturally, our focus gradually shifted from Omnium to the unique resources found within Domain 9. Using the Black Jade artifacts as a foundation, Pod number 8 pioneered a technological direction unique to Domain 9. Over generations, this technology has developed significantly and has become vastly different from the era of Distant Beacon.
Who would have thought that the long-lost friends would eventually be able to reunite? Our fates, it seems, are always closely intertwined. Sorry, back to the topic.
Unfortunately, now isn't the time to celebrate the reunion. We've deciphered more about the darkness in Nanyin, and we don't have much time left. As we had speculated, after Nanyin activated the incubation capsule in Hendeka County, she transformed into a dark wretch due to the darkness energy conversion. Not just any dark wretch. Dr. Rubilia thinks that she has become the hive mother of a new order of darkness, entirely under the alien civilization's control. This alien civilization coveted the adaptability and destructive power of the darkness. They wanted to harness this power for themselves, but were hindered by the darkness's unparalleled evolutionary capabilities. Subjugating the darkness and making the whole species submit to them was the only way. As you've seen, they focused on cultivating an outstanding individual to defeat the Hive Mother. And by dominating this new Hive Mother, they intended to seize control of the entire species of darkness. But they failed and suffered severe backlash. After hastily sealing the Hive Mother using Black Jade technology, they abandoned this land. This might also be why Domain 9 has been isolated from the outside world. Perhaps as a way to hide from the Hive Mother's revenge? We still have much to uncover on this aspect.
Arrogance truly is a common trait among all living beings, without exception.
But this method is not unfeasible. The current Nanyin is an extension of their will. She's seizing the Crystamaxes and turning people into dark wretches, all for one reason: to expand the power of this new order of darkness, preparing for the moment to contest the Hive Mother. The soldiers that were turned into dark wretches by Nanyin, have they become part of the new order of darkness under her control? Are they all pawns in Nanyan's fight against the Hive Mother? I'm afraid so. This is a civil war within the darkness, and we are but minor variables that can be exploited in Nanyan's eyes. So even if we haven't made contact with the outside world or broken through the Black Jade ruins, Nanyan would still have seized the Crystamaxes in them. The fate of Domain 9 was sealed when she completed the experiment. But humanity will not yield to so-called fate, despite our inherent weakness. Just like our ancestors, who were once trapped in this forgotten land and transformed it into the Domain 9 we see today. Our next step is to get ahead of Nanyan, secure the Crystamax from the Aquaville ruin, and stop her from continuing the fusion. Executor, Miss Shirley, and Mr. Icarus, I hope you can continue to support this operation.
It's my honor.
The four heads have gathered at the Aquaville ruin. Ban Wei-jun will guide you there. I'm counting on you.
We will do our best.
According to our calculations, the energy interference barrier can now fully cover Aquaville Mansion, and the test results are as expected. Unfortunately, we are unable to extend the barrier to cover the entire Aquaville region.
Until the infinite sundial is repaired, the energy transfer is limited. I understand that the barrier we have now is the result of all-out efforts from the Niners' heavy machinery. Thank you for your dedication. We'll stick to the original plan, secure the Crystamax, store it in the container, and quickly move it to Aquaville Mansion. Executor, Miss Shirley, you're here. This is Miss Ban Wei-jin, the director of Niners' Heavy Machinery R&D Department.
I've heard so much about you both. It's an honor to meet you.
The pleasure is ours.
Were you just discussing the operation plans for the Aquaville ruin?
This mission is critical. We're in the middle of verifying the specifics of the barrier that blocks the Crystamax energy. We must seize the Crystamax before Nanyan becomes aware and secure it safely within Aquaville Mansion. The energy barrier there can block and neutralize the powerful energy radiated by the Crystamax. This way, Nanyan won't be able to detect its location, buying us time to set up the third-generation timestamp system. Once the timestamp system is updated, that'll be our signal to launch a counterattack against Nanyan and the darkness.
But the energy barrier only covers the Aquaville Mansion area. That means along the route from the ruin to Aquaville Mansion, we can only rely on a temporary container to block the energy emitted by the Crystamax. We must ensure that nothing goes wrong with this vulnerability. Any slight mistake could undo all our efforts. It's a pity our resources are limited. Otherwise, extending the coverage to the Aquaville ruin would be the safest. Anyway, I'm counting on you.
We'll do everything we can to ensure the safety of the Crystamax. Please, rest assured.
Where could Nanyan be now? Why hasn't she attacked us?
We haven't had any recent sightings of her. We can only estimate her possible whereabouts from the activities of the special group of darkness she controls. With the power she possesses now, she could easily wipe us out. In fact, I'm pretty sure that was her plan back at the Ignisville ruin. She may see us as nothing more than gnats, but even the smallest insects have repeatedly disrupted her plans. That's probably why she attacked you last time. Darkness energy isn't easy to control. Overdoing it can backfire. Your escape from the ruin last time wasn't just luck.
But she won't make the same mistake again.
We don't have much time left. Miss Ban Wei-jin, please lead the way.
Of course. Please follow me. It's a little embarrassing to say, but it wasn't until recently that we confirmed this with Hykros. The people of the outside world and us here in Domain 9 were all descendants of interstellar pioneers from Earth. Pod number 8, that crash-landed here, was mainly carrying members of the Earth-era industrial manufacturer, 9 Arcs Industry, along with their array of construction equipment.
Master Yu has also told us that due to the severe damage to the pod during the crash, a lot of data and equipment were unusable, which is truly unfortunate.
Yes, after discovering the timestamp technology left within the Black Jade ruins, we shifted our research focus. Later, to accommodate the development needs of the various states, we restructured the organization of 9 Arcs Industry. Gradually, we established the organizations you are familiar with today, such as Niners Heavy Machinery, Zhengong, and Tianjiang Pavilion.
Fascinating. We never had the chance to get to know Domain 9's history like this before.
Indeed. I guess it might have something to do with the long-standing views of the people in Domain 9.
We've cleared the darkness in the surrounding areas. This should cut off Nanyin's ability to tap into their consciousness network and gather information here. Additionally, I've asked Master Yu to power the temporary interference barrier we've set up here with the infinite sundial, in hopes of minimizing the risks.
Lord Ningjing has been quite thorough. I don't think we're missing anything. This is Mr. Icarus from Hykros, here to assist with the operation.
I look forward to working with you all. When this is over, I will share my experience with the team. It should really help with their guard duties.
Thank you for all your assistance. Now that we're ready, let's get moving.
Containment complete. How is everyone? No injuries, I hope?
A tough nut to crack, but luckily, everyone is fine.
About Nanyin. Master Yu needs to know what happened here. Let's go back to Ignisville Mansion to talk things over.
Leave the Crystamax escort to us. Let's part ways here.
Lord Mingjing, the Aquaville ruin is under attack by the darkness. Please be careful.
Understood. We'll stick to the plan to fend off the darkness and buy some time.
It seems Nanyan has caught on to our intentions. We need to secure the Crystamax quickly.
Let me lend a hand to the soldiers guarding the ruin. If Nanyin tries to attack there, I can help hold her off for a while.
Icarus, I'll leave it to you. Stay safe.
Don't worry, we'll catch up soon.
We can't waste precious time. Let's pick up the pace.
We've arrived! Finally! Now we can take a moment to relax those tense nerves.
That was a close call, but thankfully, we made it.
It's hard to imagine what might have happened if Nanyan was aware of our actions.
Aquaville Mansion can block the energy radiated by the Crystamax. But by process of elimination, she would eventually track us down here, wouldn't she? If her goal was the darkness energy within the Crystamax, wouldn't destroying it and dispersing the energy prevent her from getting what she wants?
In fact, we did consider a similar strategy before. I had previously asked Dr. Clive from Vera to shatter a synthetic Crystamax and measure the intensity of the contained energy. Although it was just a synthetic Crystamax, and its purity couldn't compare to a real abyssint Crystamax, the destructive power was still alarming. The disaster and contamination caused by breaking a Crystamax are more than we could handle.
I see.
Once the third generation timestamp system is operational, perhaps we will have a breakthrough in our research and restart the experiments with a fresh perspective and approach. This could also help mitigate the ecological contamination caused by the darkness. We have a long way to go in the future.
But our immediate concern is to address the threat posed by the Hive Mother and Nanyin. So, the current main focus of the third generation timestamp system development is still on eliminating the darkness.
In this regard, Niner's Heavy Machinery has some updates. Please head to the R&D department later to check on their progress.
My pleasure.
Right. Let's secure the Crystamax first.
Even though the Crystamax is in place, we can't afford to be complacent.
The domain guards have cleared the darkness near the ruin, and considering the special trait of the darkness species, it's very likely that Nanyin is aware that the Crystamax has been taken. Miss Bond, please take them to the R&D department to modify the timestamp system. I need to inspect the defenses around Aquaville Mansion and won't be able to join you. Please, excuse me.
Please follow me, this way. This is the observation tower, Niner's Heavy Machinery's R&D department. With the decryption of the dark form, we now have a better understanding of Black Jade technology. We've discovered more functions of Black Jade, and we're harnessing its power to suppress the darkness and integrating it into the timestamp. This ability, when paired with the abundant field energy, enables the timestamps to greatly amplify damage against the darkness. It assists the domain guards in combat, making their attacks much more effective. Just explaining it might not be very clear. Please place your timestamp on the control panel, and it will be upgraded soon.
is. The Hive Mother.
Did Nanyin just find the Hive Mother's location?
Yes. The moment the rift opened, I sensed the Hive Mother's strong will. She's struggling, trying to break through. Nanyin must have entered the chamber imprisoning the Hive Mother. We have underestimated her power.
She's opened the Hive Mother's chamber and spawned abyss currents across Aquaville, summoning the darkness.
And it's not just Aquaville. Abyss currents are all over Domain 9 now. I've just received word that Ignisville has been hit the hardest.
Miss Lon and the others must be fighting right now.
Let's clear the darkness in Aquaville and then go help them. I wonder how long the others are holding up. I should hurry over and help.
Couldn't stop Nanyin from taking the Crystamax.
Even though she took the Crystamax, it doesn't mean our efforts were in vain. Everyone, you've worked hard.
She has entered the Hive Mother's chamber. The clash between them is causing a massive overflow of darkness energy. This is going to be a complete disaster.
It is a risk worth taking if we want a better tomorrow for Domain 9.
I just received a message from Zheng Gong. Master Yu wants to see us. There must be a new breakthrough in decrypting the dark form. Hopefully, we'll find a way out of this situation.
No time to waste. Let's head back to Qiangong.
Then, let's clear out the darkness here first.
Please let me continue to help in Ignisville. As a newcomer, I appreciate any advice or tips from the Domain Guards.
Let's move out!
See you all later. The situation is dire, and we're running out of time. By analyzing the darkness energy emanating from the rift over Aquaville, we have confirmed that the Hive Mother is located beyond the rift. This aligns with Dr. Rubilia's postulation.
The moment the rift opened, the will of the Hive Mother echoed in my head clearer than ever before. The Hive Mother is on the verge of breaking free. This message has overcome the barriers of all space and time to reach each of its progeny. This is likely why Nanyin was so desperate to obtain the Crystamax. The Hive Mother will soon break free. She must seize the last opportunity while it remains bound by the Black Jade Ruin.
According to the decrypted information from the Dark Form, the test subject will initiate an assault on the Hive Mother after its complete evolution to take over the control of the Hive Mother lineage. No matter which side wins, it will be a calamity that threatens the survival of Domain 9 and the entire humanity. Domain 9 is on the brink, but despite our limited power, we will not resign ourselves to this fate. We must intervene in this conflict and find an opportunity to turn the tide. This may be our last chance. The third-generation timestamp system is fully operational. I trust you've all gotten the hang of using its power now.
Yes, with its help, we've greatly improved our efficiency in dealing with the darkness.
The third-generation timestamp system does more than that. Its ability to stabilize space-time has also been significantly enhanced. After completing decrypting the Dark Form, we've gained a deeper understanding of the Black Jade technology. We've managed to replicate the methods of the alien civilization used to control the darkness, by manipulating the Black Jade Ruin to reinforce the containment of the Hive Mother. This means that in our battles against the Hive Mother and Nanyin, we can use the timestamps to intervene and harness the powers of the Black Jade Ruin.
Ideally, we would seal both Nanyin and the Hive Mother together, much like what the alien civilization did. Anyway, we'll need to make our moves based on the specific circumstances inside the Black Jade Ruin. It's unfortunate that the entrance to the Black Jade Ruin opened by Nanyin closed so quickly. We'll have to find another way in.
Dr. Rubilia, are you able to open the entrance?
I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee anything if it's just me.
Maybe I can help. At that moment, I sensed it too. The special coordinates that appeared in the chaotic space-time. Is it possible to pinpoint the location of the Hive Mother and reopen the Black Jade Ruin using Omnium energy?
Could we destabilize that section of space-time with Omnium energy to bring it into our observable range? If we channel Omnium energy to one spot and direct a concentrated energy burst at the target, we could, in theory, meet our objective.
It seems that when it comes to the application of Omnium energy, Domain 9 and Hykros have quite a bit in common. We have tried to use Omnium energy to target weaknesses in the dimensional barrier, hoping to shatter the long-standing constraints of space-time. The Celestial Cannon was one of the attempts designed by our technicians who built the Celestial Gate. However, we had to put it on hold due to insufficient field energy. If Miss Shirley can provide the precise coordinates, this method is worth trying. Miss Plotty, what do you think?
I'm concerned that the huge demand for Omnium energy could overload the Omnium reactor. I need to fine-tune the joint calculation program of Gestos and Tempos to ensure a stable supply of energy from the infinite sundial. This will take some time. I hope we won't fall too far behind.
While Miss Plotty is fine-tuning the program, Aquaville will work quickly to get the Celestial Cannon ready. It might only open the ruin for a brief moment, but it should suffice. Miss Shirley, please head to Zhonggong later to lock down the coordinates of the Hive Mother through Tempos.
Sure, no problem.
I'll also join the operation this time. For the future of Domain 9, let's give it our all.
This time, I won't be able to be with you. Be careful. I won't forgive you if you get hurt.
Even if I get hurt, it's okay. You'll take care of me, right?
You... Why do I always end up having to take care of you? Are you spacing out?
Surely, you've always been so... strong. Thank you for always standing by my side.
It's the same for me. Searching for the meaning of my existence as an angel of clemency. That was the purpose I had in mind when we embarked on this journey together. But it wasn't that easy. Though this journey has been full of discoveries, I've yet to find that definitive answer. The one I can chase after wholeheartedly, without a single doubt. But you've always walked beside me, leading the way with a smile, ready to face a future brimming with endless possibilities. What will your answer be? Is it possible for me to be like you? These questions have crossed my mind time and again during my moments of doubt, but I know I can't let my doubt keep me from moving forward. If I just keep going around in circles, I'll never change anything. So, I've made up my mind to follow your lead. I might not be able to keep pace straight away, but from a distance, I can always see you up ahead. And I know you will always be there for me. Thank you. I didn't realize I've stayed here a bit too long. I have some preparations to do with Tempos, and you should probably head to Aquaville to meet up with everyone, right? Let's talk more when you're back.
Surely,
There's so much I want to share with you. About Zeke, our next journey, and you. We'll save those conversations for next time.
It's a promise.
Just a bunch of ordinary things. No need to make a big deal out of it. It will be okay. Even if it's the Hive Mother. I've always believed in you. I'm sure. Absolutely certain. Everything will be fine.
Let's begin.
Calculation activated.
Evil stars rise. A bad omen implies.
What?
They just keep coming.
They must have come here in response to the Hive Mother's call, aiming to help it break free. To completely wipe them out, we must eliminate the Hive Mother.
The Hive Mother. I wonder where it and Nanyin are now. We don't have time. Let's leave this area to the domain guards and keep moving.
It feels like the timestamp is being directed by something?
The third generation timestamp is resonating with the Black Jade Ruin. The timestamp can now show us its connection with the Black Jade in a much more tangible way.
Let's follow the timestamp and see. No, the timestamp can't open it.
This should be the chamber imprisoning the Hive Mother. Yet I haven't sensed its presence. Is the entrance blocking all the energy? The Hive Mother must be behind it.
There might be a way to open this nearby.
Let's search the area thoroughly. We may have missed something.
Darkness Nanyin is fighting. Is that the Hive Mother?
Sure. Perhaps I could try to approach them. This situation is more complicated than I thought. Ordinary attacks can't harm the Hive Mother.
Could it be that we can't attack the Hive Mother through conventional means because we're in its field?
What we're seeing might just be a fraction of what the Hive Mother can do.
But it was sealed by the Black Jade Ruin. There must be a way to suppress it. The answer lies within this Black Jade Ruin.
Yes, we need to move closer to observe and gather more information from them.
More troubles have come our way.
The devices here look similar to the ones we've encountered earlier.
Let's activate this one too and see what happens.
There's only one way to find out. Let's keep moving.
Was that? Master Yu. And Dr. Rubilia.
How are you feeling? Any discomfort?
I think I'm fine. No noticeable issues.
Still, best to have a checkup, just to be safe.
Thanks for caring, Master Yu. But why am I at Ignisville Mansion? What happened after...
Relax. Take it slow. We will try our best to answer your questions, but don't push yourself too hard.
Okay.
Nanyin has always been an extension of the alien civilization's will. Attacking the domain guards, transforming people into dark wretches. She has shattered countless families. Without a doubt, she's a criminal in Domain 9. The pain will go away, and wounds heal over time, but scars linger on. The damage she's done will always haunt the people of Domain 9, no matter how much time passes. Even if she didn't mean for all this to happen, even if she had no choice at the time. Yet, we have witnessed her final decision.
In the end, did she save us?
Not just us, the entire Domain 9. She did what she could to buy us time. She created the opportunity for us to rewrite the future. It's up to us now to seize it.
I'm still a little confused. Do you mean that she realized who she truly was at that moment?
If we consider the outcome, what you said might just be the truth. In that pivotal moment, Nanyin was no longer a vessel for the alien civilization, but her true self. The Nanyin who held Domain 9 dear, bearing the weight of everyone's fate. Through her actions, she fulfilled her mission and atoned for what she's done. I think I might understand. Or rather, I can relate to what she's been through. She must have been fighting the imprint of the alien civilization's will all along.
Okay.
Even the alien civilization couldn't really defeat the Hive Mother. They only managed to seal it using the Black Jade Ruin. Based on our experiences and information from the Dark Form, I have a theory. Only a being of the same species can end the Hive Mother's life. When it was defeated, it released a massive surge of darkness energy. That was its final struggle and retaliation. If Nanyin hadn't guided that energy, we would likely have been obliterated.
Nanyin guided that energy?
You probably lost consciousness from the impact. At the last moment, I only sensed it faintly through the weak connection within the species. As the Hive Mother began to fade, the pure darkness energy it had amassed surged toward us. Another dominant will within the species became clearer, redirecting the energy into the Black Jade Ruin and reinforcing its seal.
Did Nanyin seal herself?
It was an extremely risky attempt. As the victor, Nanyin would become the new leader of the darkness species. How she will change, and the impact this will have on the entire species, remains unknown. The most beneficial choice for Domain 9 would be to follow the alien civilization's example by sealing the new leader, which is herself.
According to the decrypted dark form, the Hive Mother, once sealed, will remain dormant for a very long time. Although we haven't completely wiped out the darkness, Domain 9 now has time to recover and find ways to rewrite our future.
How is Nanyin now?
She is very weak, barely noticeable. That's all I can sense right now.
Okay.
The Hive Mother is currently in a state of dormancy, but the darkness will continue to be drawn to Domain 9. However, without the Hive Mother's guidance, they shouldn't pose any serious threat.
Eliminating the darkness will undoubtedly be a long and enduring process. But we, along with our predecessors and future generations, will keep fighting this battle. We still have a lot to do, like continuing our research on the darkness and field energy, as well as improving Domain 9's defenses. We must find a more effective solution before the new Hive Mother awakens. This small window of opportunity that Nanyin gave us will not be wasted.
What will happen to her?
It's hard to say. Personally, I believe her consciousness may have been dissipated by that last surge of energy. This means we should prepare for the worst and see her as the new leader of our enemy and not take any chances.
But in a sense, she did save Domain 9. She fulfilled the mission that Master Luo had given her. Everyone in Domain 9 deserves to know about this. They can judge the rights and wrongs themselves. But one thing is certain. Everyone must take responsibility for their actions, and what Nanyin did must be held accountable. It's up to us now to shoulder these responsibilities.
Okay.
Additionally, there's some bad news. Please don't panic. Your friend, Miss Shirley, she's in a critical state.
Shirley? What happened?
She's fallen into a coma for unknown reasons. The footage shows that she suddenly collapsed right after she helped us locate the Hive Mother. After emergency intervention, her condition has stabilized for now. But the exact cause of her coma is still unclear, and further investigation is needed.
Can I go see her now?
Of course. We'll head back to Jungong together shortly.